Dylan, can you just start with how you feel about seeing so much emotion from your guys here tonight, and how that contributed to the win?
Yeah, it was everything tonight. Emotionally involved, and guys like Fish and Benny just dragging us into it, and we needed that. And we were 11-7 tonight, and as a forward, you play a lot, and you're into the game. But I thought those guys really drug us into the battle, and we stuck together and didn't quit. That was the main part about tonight.
Alex, after the second, you told me it was going to be important for the power play to come through, and Dylan got one, and then Patrick got one. How important was that in the end for your power play to come through for everybody's sake?
Yeah, it's huge. I think the past couple of games we've lost that battle, and we've been struggling a bit, and just to see it go in the net a couple of times, it's huge for us. I think we can keep that going and hopefully win some more games like this.
Dylan, you guys obviously would probably prefer to have a few more shots than you've had over the last 3 games, but you've scored enough goals to win. Do you have a read on where your offense is right now?
I think it's still a work in progress, and I feel we're on the outside a little too much, but I don't feel like, obviously the Islander game is a different story, but tonight I didn't feel like it really was an issue. I think it was a fast game, it was an offensive game. We did a great job playing defense, but I thought we got chances and generated high quality chances.
Dylan, can you just speak a little to Christian Fischer? I mean, that goal was big too, but then his fight in getting you guys a power play.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does things every night that's just so not on the score sheet, and he contributes all over the place for us. So he's unbelievable in the locker room. The guys love him, and to see him score one, and then he did really well. Dylan's a tough customer, and he hung in there. So that got us fired up for sure.
Dylan, the shot pass from Kane, I mean that had a lot of heat on it. Can you just describe that play and how you were able to open your blade to get it past Marshall?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best part about that is I think he saw me, and he waited a split second to let whoever was on him, his feet get out of the way, his stick out of the way, and he zipped it right in the spot it needed to be for me to be able to tip it and get it elevated. I think we work on that a little bit, but it's just a great hockey play by him, and I was hoping that I was going low glove there and then went high blocker, so it's just one of those things. I think it went. I haven't even seen it yet, but I think it went high blocker.
Simon's role keeps growing for you guys. What kind of impact is he making out there for you?
Yeah, he's been rock solid, and I've been really impressed with his maturity and his game. He's a big kid, and he skates so well. Skates himself out of trouble. I feel he's making plays quicker. He's adjusting to the speed of the game, and he's only going to get better. And you see the role that he's taken on. He blocks shots. He does the little things. So very impressed with him, and we ask a lot of him, but I think he's only going to get better.
Alex, a week ago you guys were 1-3. Can you just speak to this? I know a lot of ups and downs over a long season, but just the change in emotion over 1 week to go from 1-3 to now a 3-game streak.
Yeah, I think we just stuck to the process. I think maybe a couple periods here and there we were not playing our best, but I think we were playing the systems right. We're doing everything to the best of our abilities. It just wasn't ending up going our way, and I think now we just stuck to the process and it's going our way. So if we can keep doing that, keep listening to the coaches, and just keep putting the team first, I think we'll be in a good spot.
Alex, you've played with Patrick before in Chicago too, and a lot of time I think about the power play, you think about that flank, but obviously the 2 goals in the third period at the top there. When he's able to kind of move around and move the point of attack like that, how does it open up for you guys to hope to find other spaces?
Yeah, I mean, whenever he has the puck, it's always you kind of just find spot to get open, and he's going to get it to you. So him playing that spot for 2 of the goals is pretty rare, but worked out today, and I think he's going to be wanting to play that spot a little bit more often, and I think he was screaming that on the bench. So I think whenever he has the puck, like I said, he's going to make something happen. So we just got to find a way to get it to him, and then we get open, and it creates so much more offense and just more puck touches.
Dylan, for you, just with Patrick, he comes in last year, he joins the team mid-season. Like coming into this season now, just is there something too about knowing where he's trying to make plays to that is a little bit makes things smoother a little bit for you guys at all?
Yeah, I mean he loves to make plays. He loves the puck on his stick, and you want to play with guys like that. And he's played for a long time, a lot of games, and a lot of experience. So he's a great feel for the game. His hockey sense is probably the best I've ever played with. And like Kat said, you just try and get open, and you try and for myself just try and skate for him and drive the D back, kick it out, let him do his thing. So it was nice to see him have an impact for a power play like he did tonight.
Dylan, what does it do for a team when you go into a game and whether it's Alex or Cam back there, you're going to get these kind of performances?
Yeah, they've been great. Probably the story of our difference from last week, and we really preach team defense, and that's a very good offensive team, and they got their chances. Our penalty kill needs to be a little better, but it's a work in progress, and it's great when you got guys back there that they're going to bail you out. So whoever's in net, we feel pretty confident. It's amazing what a week makes.
Dylan, to the same tune as Max's question, but with Marco Kasper, obviously you guys are down JT Comfort today, so he has to pick up some big minutes. How have you seen him kind of rise to the occasion since he's been here?
Yeah, I mean, kind of exactly what I expected after watching him throughout training camp, and he's brought a spark, and I think it's been great having him. And tonight was a bigger role. It was a little bit of a different game than the last two we played, where the Islanders in Nashville were very grindy, but tonight was very high pace, very back and forth, and a lot of off the rush. So I thought he did really well. His feet are NHL. He has NHL speed and hockey sense, and he competes. So it's been great having him.
So you talked about the emotions tonight and Sherrod and Fisher. Does that carry over game to game ever? Is that something you guys needed maybe a little bit?
I think it carries over. It brings us together, and I think we have you show the team you have someone's back, and it goes a long way. It's hard to bring that every night, but someone bringing it is always a good thing, always positive for the bench, for the hockey team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Usually, how much energy did those couple of scraps give you guys in helping the end result?
I think the entire night had some good emotion for us, which was great. I'm not saying needed, but it's a bit of a quiet room. You never want your guys to be who they're not, but even after those two quick goals, we had a lot of chatter, a lot of positive energy. We needed it tonight, so it gave us a ton. Both those scraps, if you will.
Special teams obviously been a key all the way up to this point of the season. They get 3 on their power play tonight. Do they have to tip their cap to their talent, or to do something?
Yeah, no, we obviously we got to take a look at our penalty kill here. Not trending very well, obviously. I do like the fact that we got the big kill in the end. Very similar to us holding on to the lead in New York. So we've got some kills when it mattered. A little unlucky on a little bit, obviously, a broken stick, backdoor tap. But and a broken play ended up in their first one. But we obviously it's something we got to improve. I mean, our 5-on-5 play, I honestly can't remember last time we got a 5-on-5 goal. Maybe, first period Nashville. I mean, you're talking 170, 80 minutes since we've got up a 5-on-5 goal against. Very positive. But obviously, penalty kill is going to be a work in progress. And also excited that the power play produced when it mattered too.
This is just a good example of when the whole team? I mean, you have contributions up and down the lineup and goaltending, your power play,
Yeah.
Patrick Kane, Christian Fisher, everybody just.
That was a huge win for us. It's just not ideal. You know, we've had some success here with 11-7. You can get some rhythm with it. It can kind of mix up some matchups. It's tough on the other coach at times, but you know, it's good when you have your top two centers. That was certainly not ideal. I never felt comfortable with the flow all night, but I give our guys credit in that they just kind of used that emotion and battled. So that's a really good win against a very good team.
Derek, how good was Talbot tonight?
Excellent. They were really good. You know, it's two really good performances he's given us. Great goaltending. I mean, I think that gives us 4 straight, maybe 3 straight. Excellent starts. You know, we're always grading our goalies on caliber start, and you get a handful of excellent. You know, you get a lot of good and whatever, but there's been 3 straight excellents, and it helps our group a little bit, confidence and staying in the fight.
With both the goals in the third, with Patrick kind of running from the top, is that just something within the flow of it, or is that something?
Yeah, there's a plan
Yeah.
against a diamond power play, so you want to kind of change the formation of their penalty kill, and you'll get different looks like that, and it worked. But you know, just credit to Pat making the right play that was there, and again, obviously get 2 power play goals in the third, difference in the game.
What goes into making it work in this sort of opportunistic way where the shots and goals are not telling the exact same story?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think keeping on it. I mean, those first 2 were not great. And again, the start of the second was a loss of momentum power play where we couldn't get set up, we couldn't get an entry. Those sting. Like even early on when our power play wasn't scoring, we were getting some momentum off chances and looks. That hurt us. And you know, we're probably to the point where we may have even looked at the other unit if we had another chance in the second, but then we got, ozone face-off, crunch time, center guys out, and they executed.
How do you kind of balance the fact that, like you said, having given up a 5-on-5 goal in 8 periods or whatever versus some of the shot totals by the end of the night?
Yeah, I think that you got to kind of take both games. Like I'll take the Nashville game 5-on-5, the entirety of the game. That's a solid win. The other game was, the last game we played, it was a good defensive game. It was unique. We didn't have our legs for a couple different, but we found a way to win. Tonight, not ideal, but tonight the 11-7 hurt us. Not having JT, I mean, a 20-minute guy for us in every situation. It was tough to get rhythm. And then they have the 2 elite lines. We couldn't get a matchup on them. And there was times when Hughes went out and he sure went out, and we were on our heels, and it was not a favorable matchup. It just happens with 11-7. It wasn't ideal. So I think there's a balance in there. Obviously, you still want to be in a problem-solving correction approach early in the season here, but these are 2 unique situations, and I'm really impressed on the guys and proud of how they battled to find a way to get some points here.
As a coach,
Right at the start of the third period, I think you went a while without getting a shot, and then
Yeah.
Fisher took on Dylan, and that kind of gave you guys a little bit of.
I think so. I thought there's a little of that. I thought we managed our game. I thought we've these 3 straight wins. I think we've shown some maturity in the third period where we haven't given up easy offense. So I'm not as concerned about the lack of shots, especially with the game situation or the game management. But of course, we got some momentum on that, especially when Fish is in a situation out of his weight class. I think it elevates the whole group. So yeah, we got some push from that for sure.
as a coach, what's kind of like, obviously I've never managed 11 forwards like you just did in a game tonight. What's that like when you're trying to figure out, do we just roll 3 and all effectively?
No, you did different. Good question, because there's not.
Yeah.
I certainly love it on the road.
Yeah.
Because it's tough to match up. But at home, it's just not having a top center was not comfortable. So a couple things. You want to get some rhythm, but then sometimes just flat out energy. There's a situation where we just had to go with who was available. Now I do like the fact that we have some centers and wings. Ras took a couple center shifts. Milano took a couple center shifts. And I I felt fortunate to get out of the second period with the minutes in a pretty good situation. Obviously, Dylan was up to 23 minutes, but everyone else was kind of in a good situation. That wasn't ideal, but a lot goes into it. And just tonight was almost, sometimes you go into 7-11 with a purpose, and it's an advantage. Tonight it was a little bit of survival. But again, it was credit to the guys on battling.
What'd you think of the 7?
Good, really good. I'd like the 7, and again, we have 8 NHLD. We like having Gus on his left, and we have the 3 lefties, 3 righties. Justin Hall's been very good for us, so it gave us some really good lefty-righty combinations tonight.
Small, just random housekeeping one here. Just you talked about this not being a loud group and you're looking for leadership. I've noticed there's been games you only go with one letter. It's been just...
No, that's been a routine.
Yeah.
We're comfortable with the one captain,
Yeah.
and there's a group of guys that are part of this leadership group. We're going to rotate some A's through them until something changes. A little bit of empowering a lot of guys, but and obviously we're starting to empower those young core guys too.
Is that also reflective too of where to get to the space that Ben kind of commands in that room as well
It's
too?
positive. It reflects a positive for sure.
Raymond, I think he's averaging a point a game. Are you just confident that the goals will come?
I am. That's a great question. I mean, we need him. We talked about this morning. You'd love to get in a situation where he can drive a line, where it's not necessarily Dylan and him all the time. So I think he'll start. I mean, he competes there. He's buying into some winning hockey. I mean, we're killing him. I mean, we have him. There's 3 games in a row. He's in a 5v6 situation. He's in a penalty kill situation. Those are situations he's rarely been in. So I think there's some growth in his overall game, and I think you ask him where he is starting to grow in his career, he would trade goals for what we've been doing of late, and that's winning.
Thank you, Derek.